Hey. Welcome to a world of laughter, learning, and entertainment. Welcome to our video on Lieke Martens. We're thrilled to have you here. Lieke Elisabeth Petronella Martens-van Leer, born 16 December 1992, is a Dutch former professional footballer who played as a winger or midfielder. Martens began her professional career playing for Dutch, German, and Belgian clubs relatively close to her hometown of Bergen, Limburg. In 2015, Martens broke out on the international stage when she scored the Netherlands' first ever goal in a Women's World Cup against New Zealand. In 2016, Martens' performances at Swedish club FC Rosengård attracted the attention of FC Barcelona, who signed her the following year. Weeks after her signing at FC Barcelona was made official, Martens participated in the Netherlands' 2017 UEFA Women's Euro campaign. She was the Netherlands' standout player at that year's Euro, where the Dutch won their first ever major international title with the women's national team. She was chosen as player of the tournament, and later in 2017, she was voted as the best FIFA Women's Player as well as the UEFA Women's Player of the Year. In 2018, Forbes ranked Martens number 22 in their most powerful women in international sports list. In the season, Martens helped FC Barcelona to their first ever UEFA Women's Champions League final, where she assisted their only goal in a defeat to Olympique Lyonnais. Months later, she played in the 2019 FIFA Women's World Cup, where she fought through a toe injury for most of the tournament. The Dutch reached the final and were defeated by the United States. In 2021, Martens was an essential part of FC Barcelona Femen, completing their first continental treble, winning the UEFA Women's Champions League, the Primera Division, and the Copa de la Reina all in the same season. After leaving PSG, Martens retired aged 32. Now, we shift our focus to early life, a topic that deserves our attention. Lieke Elisabeth Petronella Martens was born on 16 December 1992 in Bergen in the north of the Dutch province of Limburg. She recalls playing football in her garden as a child. Martens began playing football at 5 years old at local club. At 13, she went to Boxmeer Club at the insistence of their national team coach Verapoo, where she played with teams of boys. She then went to the Hogeschool van Amsterdam between the years of before leaving to SC Heerenveen. Get ready for an exciting exploration as we unravel the mysteries of SC Heerenveen. Martens made the step to the Vrouwen Eredivisie at 16, first representing SC Heerenveen. She scored twice in 18 appearances for the club. In this chapter, we'll be shedding light on VVV Venlo and its role in shaping our understanding. Martens continued playing football in the Netherlands when she joined the newly formed VVV Venlo women's team, based in her hometown province of Limburg. Martens scored the club's first ever goal in the Vrouwen Eredivisie, a penalty against her former club SC Heerenveen. She played 20 matches for the club and scored 9 times. Now, let's redirect our focus towards Standard Liège and discover its significance in our narrative. In 2011, Martens made the move from the Vrouwen Eredivisie to the Belgian First Division, where she played for Standard Liège. In her first official match with Standard, she scored 2 goals to help win her first major title, the newly founded Bena Super Cup. She also won the league title with the club in the Belgian Women's First Division, now known as the Belgian Women's Super League. She made her UEFA Women's Champions League debut with Standard, scoring once in their round of 32 tie against BIF. Her first Champions League goal came in the second leg, where she converted a penalty to bring Standard up, but they lost the tie on an aggregate score. Martens scored 17 goals in the 6 months she was at the club. Now, let's dig deeper into Duisburg and unveil the hidden treasures it holds within. After spending a year playing for Standard Liège, she made the move to German Bundesliga club FCR 2001 Duisburg. Duisburg sporting director Claudio Marconi said her decision was influenced by Duisburg's close proximity to Limburg. Martens' transfer was delayed due to a paperwork mix-up within the German Football Association, so she was not allowed to play for Duisburg until July 2012, despite the transfer being made official in March 2012. Now, let's shift our perspective and explore Kopparbergsgöteborg from a different angle. Martens made the move to the Swedish Damallsvenskan when she signed for Kopparbergsgöteborg FC ahead of the 2014 Damallsvenskan season. Martens made her debut against VIK. Coach Stefan Wren praised Martens' technique and her understanding with compatriot centre-forward Manon Melis. Without wasting any more time, let's jump into the fascinating world of Rosengård. In November 2015, it was announced that Martens had left Göteborg, transferring to Damallsvenskan champions FC Rosengård on a one-year contract. In the UEFA Women's Champions League, she was knocked out of the competition by her future club FC Barcelona in the quarter-finals on an aggregate score. In the semi-final of the 2016 Svenska Cupen, she scored the game-winning goal against Pite IF to make it to the cup final. Martens scored in the final, where Rosengård won the match. Martens also won the 2016 Svenska Supercupen with the club, as well as finishing the 2016 Damallsvenskan in second place. Martens departed Rosengård in July 2017. Upon her departure from the club, she was tied as the league's third highest scorer in that season's competition with 8 goals in 11 appearances. Brace yourself for a deep dive into season as we explore its impact and relevance in our evolving narrative. In July 2017, Martens signed for FC Barcelona for an undisclosed fee on a 3-year-long contract. She made her debut for the club as a substitute in a win against Zaragoza CCF. She scored her first goal in a win over Santa Teresa. Barcelona finished the league that season in second place, 1 point behind rivals Atletico Madrid. Martens had 8 assists and 11 goals in the league that year, and was Barcelona's second highest goalscorer behind Andressa Alves. In the semi-finals of the 2018 Copa de la Reina, Martens scored what was nearly Barcelona's game-winning goal against Athletic Bilbao until Luka Garca scored the equaliser less than a minute later. The match went to penalties where Barcelona went through to the final against Atletico Madrid. Martens played all 120 minutes of the final that went to extra time, which Barcelona won through a Morena Caldentey goal in the 122nd minute. The 2018 Copa de la Reina was her first major title with the club. In the UEFA Women's Champions League campaign, Martens recorded 3 assists in a win against round of 16 opponent FC Gintra. In the quarterfinals of that year's competition, Barcelona faced Lyon, where they lost on aggregate. Martens made it to that year's UWCL Team of the Season. Brace yourself for an in-depth analysis as we navigate through season and its far-reaching implications. For much of the beginning of the season, Martens dealt with multiple injuries. In 2019, Martens started against Atletico Madrid in the Wanda Metropolitano, in a match that broke the attendance record for a women's club football match with 60,739 attendees. Barcelona won, but the win wasn't enough to secure a league title, and they finished second place for the 4th season in a row. Barcelona had a relatively unsuccessful Copa de la Reina campaign that year. They defeated Madrid CFF in the quarterfinal, with Martens scoring the first goal of the match. They reached the semi-final where they played Atletico Madrid, but fell to their rivals after a brace from Ludmila. Martens helped FC Barcelona reach the final of the UEFA Women's Champions League in her second season at the club. They lost the final against Lyon on 18 May in Budapest. Barcelona's 1 goal was scored by Elisabeth Ochoa and assisted by Martens. Despite reports that Lyon were interested in signing Martens, she extended her Barcelona contract in July 2019 for 3 more years until 2022. In this section, we'll be exploring season. Martens missed the first half of Barcelona's season due to the severity of her toe injury from the 2019 Women's World Cup. She returned to training in November 2019 and was medically cleared later in the month. Martens featured in the first ever edition of the Supercopa Femenina in 2020, where Barcelona played Atletico Madrid in the semi-final of the competition. Martens scored 1 goal and gave an assist to Cicit Oshoa in a win in Barcelona's favour. They made it to the final, where Martens gave 2 assists and played all 90 minutes in a blowout of Real Sociedad. In May 2020, the COVID-19 pandemic brought on the premature cancellation of the Primera Iberdrola, which was awarded to Barcelona after 21 matches. With this cancellation, Martens won her first league title with Barcelona and also the second league title of her senior career. Alongside the cancellation of the Spanish league, the COVID-19 pandemic also brought about the indefinite suspension of the UEFA Women's Champions League. In August 2020, the competition resumed, with modified single-legged ties. Martens started the quarter-final match against Atletico Madrid, but was subbed off for Mariana Caldente. Barcelona were saved by a late winner from Kara Hamroui and made it to the semi-final against Wolfsburg. Martens did not start and entered late in the match, as Barcelona's campaign ended with a loss to the Germans. Similarly to the UEFA Women's Champions League, the Copa de la Reina was pushed back a year and was completed in the middle of the season. Martens started all matches of that campaign except for the round of 16, and Barcelona won the trophy by winning the final against Iflogro. In the upcoming section, we'll be dissecting season and exploring its implications in greater detail. In the first match of the league season, Barcelona played in the first version of the Women's Clásico, where Martens subbed on and scored Barcelona's third of 4 goals against Los Blancos. Later that season, she participated in another historic league match when Barcelona played against rivals Espanyol at the Camp Nou, the first women's football team to play a competitive match at the stadium. She was substituted on in the 65th minute and scored Barcelona's 4th goal of the match. Barcelona finished as league winners in May 2021 after winning 26 straight matches. Martens began her Champions League season by scoring 3 goals in 2 matches against Dutch side PSV in the round of 32. In the round of 16, Barcelona faced Fortuna Uring. Martens was injured for the first match of the tie, and for the second match of the tie, she came into the match as a substitute where she recorded an assist. Martens was used as a substitute in both matches of the quarter-finals against Manchester City, where Barcelona won on aggregate. In the second leg of the semi-finals of the UEFA Women's Champions League, Martens scored a brace against PSG. Her 2 goals brought the aggregate score to in Barcelona's favour and sent them to their second ever UWCL final. Martens started the final on 16 May 2021 and was one of Barcelona's most involved forwards. She assisted Barcelona's 4th and final goal, a dribble down the wing and a cross into the box that was finished by Caroline Graham Hansen. Martens ended the competition having scored 5 goals and giving 1 assist in 7 games, and was included in the UWCL squad of the season. In the 2021 Copa de la Reina, Martens played in the quarterfinals of the competition against Sevilla, where she was subbed on in the 60th minute and assisted Caroline Graham Hansen's goal that put Barcelona up. In the semi-finals, Martens gave another assist, this time to Alexia Putellas, who scored Barcelona's 4th goal against Madrid CFF. In that season's Copa de la Reina final, Martens registered 3 assists in a win over Levante, including the assist to Marta Torregin's game-winning goal. With this title win came the completion of Barcelona's continental treble, the first Spanish women's football team to do so. Following the completion of the treble, Martens ended her season and took an early leave from the club to join her national team in preparation for the 2021 Olympics. Martens ended her season with 20 goals and 16 assists in all competitions. In August 2021, she was listed as one of the nominees to the UEFA Women's Champions League Forward of the Season award. In the same month, she was nominated as a finalist for the UEFA Women's Player of the Year award for the 2nd time in her career, alongside Barcelona teammates Alexia Putellas and Jenny Hermoso. Let's now shift our focus to Paris Saint-Germain and explore the ways in which it shapes our perspective. On 16 June 2022, Martens signed a 3-season deal with Paris Saint-Germain. With that being said, let's now move on to Dutch youth teams. Martens represented the Netherlands at a U15, U16, U17, and U19 levels. Martens was at the 2010 UEFA Women's Under-19 Championship with the Netherlands, her first of two U19 Euro tournaments with the Netherlands. Martens played the first game of the group stages against France, substituting on for Vanity Lurissa in the 30th minute. She scored within 15 seconds with a header off a corner to put the Dutch up, and also conceded a foul that gave a French player a red card. The following match against Macedonia, she earned a start and scored 2 goals, the first within 45 seconds, and the second in the 66th minute to put the Dutch up. Martens started again in her last match of the group against Spain, where she scored once more with a header in the 39th minute. The Dutch met England in the semi-finals where it went to penalties, and despite Martens converting her penalty, England won and went on to the final. Martens ended her tournament as top scorer, tied at 4 goals with German player Trednock. UEFA named her as one of the top 10 emerging talents from the tournament. Moving forward, we'll be taking a closer look at debut and first Euro tournament. In August 2011, she played her first game for the senior national team, in a friendly match against China. Martens became a regular starter for the national team around 2012. In June 2013, national team coach Roger Reiners selected Martens in the Netherlands squad for UEFA Women's Euro 2013 in Sweden. The Dutch were drawn into Group B with eventual tournament winners Germany, eventual tournament runners-up Norway, and Iceland. Martens played all 90 minutes of each of the Netherlands Group B matches. The Dutch had a poor tournament and exited the group stage with just 1 point from a draw against Germany and 0 goals scored. Let's now turn our attention to Netherlands Women's World Cup debut and examine its role within the larger context. In 2014, the Dutch finished second in their 2015 Women's World Cup qualification group, so they were set to qualification play-offs against Scotland. In the first leg of the playoff semi-final against Scotland, Martens scored in the 10th minute off a rebound from Vivian Miedema. Martens scored again in the second leg of the playoff semi-final off an assist from Danielle van der Donk. The tie ended on aggregate, sending the Dutch to the qualification play-off final against Italy. The Dutch beat the Italians on an aggregate score of, with Martens assisting Vivian Miedema's tie-winning goal in the second leg, sending them to compete in their first ever Women's World Cup tournament. In the Netherlands' first ever Women's World Cup match, Martens scored the Netherlands' first ever Women's World Cup goal against New Zealand, which was also the match winner. The goal, a long-range shot from 30 meters out, was later voted the 5th best goal of the competition. Later in the group stage, the Dutch lost to China and drew to Canada, but still made it to the round of 16. The Dutch were defeated by Japan in the round of 16. In February 2016, Martens was announced as part of the Netherlands squad for qualification at the 2016 Olympics. She could not compete in the tournament, however, as she was ruled out with a concussion and had to exit camp. The Netherlands did not end up qualifying for the tournament, as they finished second in the qualification table behind Sweden. Let's now shift our focus to 2017, player of the tournament at the 2017 UEFA Women's Euro, and explore the ways in which it shapes our perspective. A week after Martens' signing for FC Barcelona, she competed with the Netherlands in the 2017 UEFA Women's Euro, which was also being hosted in the Netherlands. In their first match of the tournament against Norway, Martens sent in a cross to assist Shanice van der Sanden's game-winning header. Martens' performance would be her first Player of the Match award in that year's competition. In the final match of the group stage, the Netherlands played Belgium, where Martens scored the game-winning goal in the 74th minute from a through ball courtesy of Jill Roord, another performance that she won Player of the Match for. The hosts finished atop of Group A with 9 points from 3 straight wins. They faced Group B runners-up Sweden in the quarterfinals, and Martens drew first blood for the Dutch from a low free kick. In addition, she was instrumental in the creation of Vivian Miedema's header goal in the 64th minute that brought the Dutch up and into the semi-finals. In the semi-finals against England, Martens played all 90 minutes and was instrumental in the build-up of Vivian Miedema's game-winning goal. She was also responsible for the shot that deflected off Millie Bright's leg and led to an own goal in the 93rd minute. The Netherlands' victory sent them to their first ever UEFA Women's Euro final, where they were set to compete against group stage opponents Denmark. Martens started the final and scored the third goal of the match, a shot from outside of the box into the lower right corner to bring the Netherlands up in the 30th minute. The match would end up finishing, and Martens would end as player of the tournament, having scored 3 goals and giving 2 assists in 6 matches. Martens was included in the 2017 UEFA Women's Euro team of the tournament and won the Bronze Boot third top scorer. After the tournament, the whole team was honoured by the Prime Minister Mark Rutte and Minister of Sport Edith Schippers and made Knights of the Order of Orange Nassau. Without further ado, let's move on to the topic of reaching the Women's World Cup final. The Dutch struggled to qualify for the 2019 Women's World Cup when a draw against Ireland and a loss against Norway placed them second in their qualification group and forced them to enter qualification playoffs. Martens did not feature in the semi-final tie of the playoffs due to a foot injury, and the Dutch won on aggregate against Denmark. A month later, Martens returned to the squad and scored in a win over Switzerland in the first leg of the playoff final. The Dutch successfully qualified for the World Cup after defeating Switzerland on aggregate over the 2 legs of the playoff final. Martens was selected in the final squad for the 2019 FIFA Women's World Cup in France, despite the fact that her large toe was injured. She scored both Dutch goals in a victory over Japan in the round of 16, the second from a controversial VAR-awarded penalty. When celebrating her last-minute winner against Japan, teammate Jill Roord stepped on her foot and aggravated her toe injury. Martens didn't train before the Netherlands' upcoming quarter-final match against Italy. Despite her worsening injury, she started against Italy and played all 90 minutes in the match, which ended in a win. In the Netherlands' following semi-final match against Sweden, she started but was substituted out because of the pain she felt in her toe from the beginning of the match. Thanks to a goal in extra time from Jackie Groenen, the Dutch made it to their first ever Women's World Cup final against the United States. Martens trained separately from the rest of the Netherlands squad ahead of the final, and starting the final was going to be a game-day decision as manager Sarina Wiegman was not particularly confident about the evolution of Martens' injury. Martens started the final regardless, but had a hard head-to-head collision with United States defender Kelly O'Hara that caused them to both be down on the pitch for a few minutes. Martens continued to play to the second half, but after the Netherlands conceded 2 goals within 10 minutes, she was subbed off for Jill Roord in the 70th minute. The score kept to full time, and the Dutch lost the final. Our focus now turns to 2020, first Olympics tournament, an important aspect of our discussion. On 16 June 2021, Martens was named as one of the Netherlands' 18 first-team players at the 2020 Olympics, the Netherlands' women's first ever Olympics tournament. In the first match of the group stages, Martens scored her 50th national team goal against Zambia. Martens scored another in that match, with the final result being Zambia-Netherlands, the highest-scoring women's football match in Olympics history. In the Netherlands' third and final group stage match, Martens scored another 2 goals against China as the Dutch advanced to the quarterfinals of the tournament. They faced their 2019 Women's World Cup final rivals, the United States, where Martens missed a penalty in the 81st minute and the Dutch were defeated after a penalty shootout following a period of extra time. Now, let's dig deeper into 2023 Women's World Cup and unveil the hidden treasures it holds within. On 31 May 2023, she was named as part of the Netherlands provisional squad for the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup. In the upcoming portion, we'll be dissecting retirement to gain a comprehensive understanding of its implications. Martens played her last international match on 4 June 2024, which ended in a draw against Finland. And after an atypical season in which she became a mother, in a statement on her Facebook and Instagram accounts, she announced her final retirement from football on September 1, 2025, following a 16-year career filled with both team and individual success. The spotlight now falls on style of play as we delve deeper into its details. Martens primarily plays as a winger that is capable of playing either flank, but prefers the left wing despite being right-footed. Martens solely plays as a left wing for her national team and for Barcelona, but switched between the right and left wings for the beginning of her Barcelona career. Because she is right-footed, she scores goals primarily with her right foot. She also has a tendency to cut inside during dribbles. Martens was identified as a top attacking talent as a young child by former Netherlands national team coach Verapoo, who has praised her attacking ability, saying Martens has done things she's never seen any other player do. When she was a teenager, former Netherlands women's nation team coach Roger Reiners described her as a constant threat at goal with quality ball skills and ball retention. Martens has many times been compared to Dutch footballing legend Johan Cruyff in terms of their playing positions, playing styles, skills, and leadership, as well as the teams they both played for. In the 2019 FIFA Women's World Cup, she performed a Cruyff turn against a New Zealand defender. Moving forward, we'll be taking a closer look at personal life. Martens grew up supporting ASC Ajax. Martens earned a master's in football business from the Johan Cruyff Institute. Since 2018, she has been in a relationship with professional goalkeeper Benjamin van Leer, then player for Jong Ajax. They adopted a dog together in 2020 and got engaged in November 2021. On 13 June 2023, they married in Malaga, Spain. On 19 August 2024, Martens publicly announced that the couple was expecting their first child, a boy called Loan, born in February 2025. As we progress through this video, let's shift our attention towards sponsorships and uncover its hidden depths. Martens is considered one of the most marketable athletes in the world by SportsPro. Martens is sponsored by Nike. In 2017, after Martens' successes at the 2017 UEFA Women's Euro, Nike released a pair of orange women-inspired mercurial boots, the Lieke Mercurial Super Freevee. In 2019, she featured in Nike's Dream Further commercial as promotion for the 2019 Women's World Cup. Martens is a PepsiCo ambassador and has featured in commercials for their brand, Leer, alongside Lionel Messi and Paul Pogba. She is also the face of Dutch jewelry brand Zinzi as well as a member of football media studio OTRO. In the upcoming section, we'll be shining a light on club season League Cup other UWCL Total Division apps goals Herendien Eredivisie 18 to VVV Venlo Eredivisie 29 Standard Ligue First Division 25-17 1 FCR 2001 Duisburg 2011-12 Frauen Bundesliga 0010 25 to 110 223 Total 37-5 for Kopperbudzetterborg 2014 Damelsvenskan 19-7 10 2015 18 510 Total 37-12 20 Rosengård 2016 Damelsvenskan 18-12 4 to 2017 11 8 3 to 11 Total 29-27 4-1-1 Barcelona Primera Division 29-11 4-1 23-11 2-1 6-12 1-3-0 to 1-25 15-3-0-0-0 21-17 3-2-2 Total 110 55 15 4-4-3 Career Total 269 122 29 12 6 6 Appearances and goals by club, season and competition. Get ready for a captivating exploration as we unravel the layers of international goals and their profound significance. Scores and results list the Netherlands goal tally first. Score column indicates score after each Martens goal. List of international goals scored by Lieke Martens. Note: match not considered as an official friendly. In the next portion, we'll be immersing ourselves in the realm of honours and examining its broader implications. Standard Liège Belgian Women's Super League, Benna Super Cup, 2011. Rosengård Svenska Cupen, Svenska Supercupen, 2016. Barcelona Premier Division, UEFA Women's Champions League, runner-up, Copa de la Reina de Futbol, 2018. Supercopa de España Femenina, Copa Catalunya, 2017, 2018, 2019. Paris Saint-Germain Cup de France. Netherlands UEFA Women's Championship, 2017. Algarve Cup, 2018. FIFA Women's World Cup runners-up, 2019. Tournoi de France, runner-up, 2020. Individual UEFA Women's Under-19 Championship top scorer, 2010. UEFA Women's Player of the Year Award, 2017. The Best FIFA Women's Player, 2017. FIFA World XI, 2017. UEFA Women's Championship Player of the Tournament, 2017. UEFA Women's Championship Team of the Tournament, 2017. UEFA Women's Championship Bronze Boot, 2017. The Offside Rule Best Female Footballer in the World, 2017. IFFHS Award for Best Female Playmaker, 2017. Primary Division Goal of the Season, IFFHS UEFA Women Team of the Decade, UEFA Women's Champions League Squad of the Season, Tuttersport Golden Player Woman, 2021. IFFHS Women's World Team, 2021, IFFHS Women's UEFA Team, 2021. Orderskite of the Order of Orange Nassau, 2017. Now, let's redirect our focus towards awards and recognition and discover its significance in our narrative. In 2017, Lieke Martens was nominated for and won many individual awards for the first time in her career. Most notably is her win at the 2017 The Best Awards, where she was chosen from a short list of Carly Lloyd and Dinah Castellanos. She took the award with 21.72% of the overall vote. In addition, she won the 2017 UEFA Player of the Year award from a short list of Pernille Harder and Jennifer Marzen. Martens also received the IFFHS Award for Best Female Playmaker of 2017 and was selected to the IFFHS Women's World Team of the Year for 2017 with 75% of the vote. In 2017, Martens was the first ever FC Barcelona player and the first ever Dutch player to be selected to the FIFA Women's World XI, receiving the most votes, 1,251 votes out of any other player in selection that year. Martens was nominated again in 2019, where she finished 7th amongst the forwards, and in 2020, where she finished 10th among the forwards. In 2018, she was named 22nd most powerful woman in international sports by Forbes magazine. In both 2018 and 2019, Martens was a nominee for the first two editions of the Women's Ballon d'Or. At the end of 2020, Martens was selected to the IFFHS UEFA Women's Team of the Decade for the years. I appreciate your time and I'm grateful for every like, comment, and share.